Hi. Today we're Skyping in Stephen Van Coller, the CEO of Barclays Africa. Hey Steve, how are you today?
Hi, David. It's really good to chat to you again.
Could you unpack for us why entrepreneurs and SMEs are so important for economic growth? And how does fintech innovation tie into this?
So, we have focused absolutely on SMEs. We call it enterprise development or supply chain financing, and you're seeing more and more of big business focusing on it. The real reason is because, especially in developing world, but also in the developed world, is SMEs, entrepreneurs are the real job creators. Big business struggles to really create big amounts of jobs over time. And so making sure you've got a very strong entrepreneurial and SME sector that you can enhance the capabilities of is key to GDP growth over the long term. Fintech, for me, is a critical component of it because a large part of the world is unbanked. If you have a look at this, just the difference between the cell phone world and the banking world. The banking world's been around for a long, long time, and yet they've only managed to bank about a quarter of the world's population. The cell phone companies have been around for a much shorter time, and yet 75% of the world approximately have cell phones. And why is that? It's just because the cell phone companies have been able to come with a new way of doing business that's made it affordable, accessible, and easy to use. And that's what banks need to do. And that's what fintech is all about. Fintech is really making banking or financial services accessible and affordable to a larger part of the population, and no more so in the SME space. And it's interesting, our first investment was in the only peer-to-peer lender in Africa called Rainfin. And we thought we'd just have a look and see what it is, and peer-to-peer lending is this big theme. But actually, when we've looked at it for Africa, peer-to-peer lending is actually quite small relative to the opportunity in the SME space. And actually, the SME lending on the portal has exploded, not the peer-to-peer lending. And that's been quite an interesting learning. And I think it's personally because it's much easier and faster for an SME to go into a fintech type, electronic type portal. They don't have time to have FDs and treasurers and creditors and debtors clerks because they're an SME. All they want is they want the money so that they can continue their business. And if they can get it easily and quickly, that saves them time and allows them to invest more time in doing their business.